Well, I've never done this. It's all new to me. Um, and I wanted to take some time and talk about something that has affected my life. And I'm just in the growing, beginning stages of that. Um, I it's weight loss, and I have had ups and downs over the years, and tried everything, you name it. And this really isn't an endorsement as much as just leveling the playing field. Um, Many diets, many different types of diets, many dollars paid for diets. Did I lose weight? I lost the initial 10 pounds, 5 pounds, 15 pounds, 13 pounds, back and forth, and then zip, it was gone. It just didn't continue. Um, and one of the things that I want to make an issue about here is the fact of denial, because denial is a big issue as far as I'm concerned with my weight loss, because it only seemed to become important when I had to go face the doctor and the yearly tests, and it was, then it was an issue. And I find that to be, it worked a lot of times. I mean, if I knew I was going within 2 months, I would go hit the salad bar and do a lot of different things, and I would just pass under the bar, and then I'd be off and running again. I kind of scooted along till, here I am, golden age and years, and I went to the doctor, and I finally got cornered. I got in the corner, and I walked in, and my blood sugar was like 199, and he says, we need to do something about that now. It needs to happen now. And so he put me on metformin, and that it did two things. One, it scared me into doing something. I wasn't sure what, but I certainly didn't want to go forward with the metformin very much. I knew people that was on it. I knew the problems it caused, and I knew that it was, basically the stepping stone to taking shots and moving along. That scared me a lot. The fortunate or unfortunate thing about the situation was that I was uncomfortable with the way I was introduced to the metformin. When I went to the doctor, it was virtually just that. The doctor, we did the usual blood test. He came back. When I met with the doctor, the first thing out of the gate was, "Hi, how you doing today? And oh, by the way, you're going to start on metformin." And I, made my plea. I really don't want to do that. And he said, "Why?" And I told him why, and what I knew and what I didn't know. And then he told me what I didn't know. And of course, we went forward, and I didn't have a choice. I had to go, but it bothered me that there was nothing other than the blood test that I'd taken a week earlier that he was basing it on. There was no, oh, you need to test. There was no information there. It was just metformin is your new friend, and it really made me feel uncomfortable, which woke me up. And he fortunately was a new doctor too, and so I took it upon myself to go find a good doctor, and another doctor that had answers. And I know that doesn't sound fair. I should have went back and expressed some concern and such, but there was some other issues there that was I didn't feel was good choices as a physician. So I did. I went out and I searched, and I'm pretty good at doing research, and I found a new doctor. And when I found my new doctor, I went to the howdy doody meeting that you have to have, and we sat down and we talked. And that doctor looked me in the eye and he says, "What do you want to know?" And that was important because I wanted to know, or I didn't want to know really. And so we talked about it. And I said, I'm not a fast food person. I don't like. I'm not a sweet person. I wouldn't eat cakes. I'd eat a medium rare steak, medium cooked steak, rather than eat a chocolate bar or cakes or ice cream. And I don't drink soft drinks. Probably the worst case scenario at that time was probably, and it wasn't a lot. It was occasionally I'd have a beer, and that's sugar and what have you. But anyway, we sat down and he answered my questions, and he looked at things and we talked. And as we talked, he said, "Are you familiar with the diet shots or the shots?" And I said, "Well, yeah, but I don't think I would, necessarily uh, be a candidate for that." And he goes, "Well, yeah, you would, really." He said, "Your weight's there, your BMI is there, definitely." And he says, "But you're on a good course. You do eat well, but you've got high blood pressure. You've got the cholesterol, it's high, the blood sugar is high." He says, you're a candidate and we can get this paid for." And I said, "Well, if you're good with it, I'm good with it. I'd give it a try." And I did. The 2nd of October, 2nd day of October, this year, this month, 2024, I took my first shot, and it was a sample that he had there. And I just finished my first month, and I am down from 250, and my weigh-in today was 229. Now fairly, remember my story about how I prep. Fairly on my own, the first 10 was before I took the shots, but it still put me in an area of the BMI and focus that I was a candidate. And one of the things I questioned, I said, "Well, this is fine. This would be good, and certainly the price is right when you're a candidate. The insurance will pay for it." But I said, "What happens when I hit my my weight loss? Where I want to be?" And he said, that's a funny question, because he goes, "The insurance company is aware that if it took this medicine to get you there, then certainly if you went off the medicine, then certainly you would probably go back. You'd be in the same boat." But he said, let's get started and let's do that." And he had free sample, as I said, and I started the free sample, and I just finished last Wednesday the first month, and now it was 2.5, and now I'm going to 5.5, I guess it is, the next step. And so we'll go from here and see. I've got some insights, and I'd like to maybe start a channel on 2 measures. One is a little insight on how it's working for me, and I do feel it's working for me. Is there side steps and things that I've learned? I've learned a lot in the last month, and about eating, about not eating, about the water, and the importance of both those things, and how it's affected me. The second part, I was on. I've been on the internet, and I went to YouTube, and I was in search of. I am 71 years old, and I was in search of people who were older, that weren't just looking to lose 5, 10, 15, 20 pounds, that may be a little older and not quite so young, and the issues and the thoughts and how they were getting along with being or even contemplating going on a shot. Now my wife has started, but she did an online. She got it from an online supplier. Doesn't sound good, but hers is a little different. She didn't get it through a doctor, but she's taking shots also. And so I just would like to reach out to maybe older uh, individuals, and I'd really like to reach out to some men because I didn't find a lot of men out there to chat with or talk with in regards to the weight loss and the concerns and how it affects them. And I would like to give you some insights on how I'm doing and how it might help you as an older adult in weight loss, so that we may be around to for a few more years at a healthier rate. So if I'm not quite sure at this point how this video gets input, I'm going to give it a try and hopefully it'll work. And I look forward to chatting again. So until next time, God bless and take care.